think the main reason I got into it was you guys know Iron Man, right?
Oh,
I forgot which
that
Iron
was
Man
your
it was,
inspiration.
when Jarvis was introduced in Iron Man, I think it was.
It's probably
The first one,
first
yeah,
one.
2006 roughly.
So, because
must have been, yeah.
the time, like, you know, when the movies came out and Jarvis came out as well, Apple released the iPhone 4S, which was supposedly, I don't know if it was the first phone ever with a voice assistant, but it was the first like mainstream one.
Yeah.
All right, so
with Siri and that.
then my dad got it, you know, he's like talking to Siri and she was like,
Yeah.
check this out. I was like, this is female Jarvis. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I've got like a female Jarvis on like my dad's phone. I'll be asking you questions like, what's the weather like? I'll be like, oh my God, it knows the weather. It's like, oh,
That's
it can
mad,
do
yeah.
tomorrow as well. As in, like, and obviously nowadays when you think about that type of stuff, it's like it's so easy to do.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. Right. Nowadays you can do so much of it. But back then as a kid, you're like, this is so
It's just, like,
cool.
foreign
It's like
technology,
AI is a
yeah.
whoa. But yeah, that was like what got me interested in the field. And then within uni, I got to like work more. But I never got to actually do AI stuff until like my final year, which is like our team projects, which was like our final year dissertations. That's when I started specializing a lot in computer vision. So a lot of it was like my final year project was to do with like height analysis, weight analysis, and skin analysis. And that kind of laid a bit of the foundations for Simba for me, because I'd already known how to like, you know, like look at the human body, how to like extrapolate certain things, make sense of the data, and then recommend stuff. So for me, it was like, I've already worked with like the skin analysis bit before, right? So I know how to do that. I can just copy paste the code that I already did.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the times when it comes to AI, you have like a problem, but the solution is always like the same blueprint. You just change a couple of parameters, change a couple of things, but you always start off with like a basic blueprint. That's what everyone usually does. And similar thing with Simba, you know, I started off with something that works on the face. Now I just have to like change the like narrative a bit and make it apply to like makeup, for example.
That's really interesting, because I remember actually looking at your project. I don't know if you remember, like the whole computer vision stuff that you're mentioning. And you being able, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you'd like with a camera, you'd be able to see, and just, for example, if I take a picture of someone, you'd be able to tell like how old they are, what their weight is, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So it would work exactly. If you had like a full body picture, it'd give you their weight, it'd give you their height, and it'd give like an age estimation.
That was like really interesting. And then you to be able to take those specific kind of areas of your expertise now and implement that. And then you as well from the like engineering side of things, like perfect match.